Okay, I'm about to put y'all up on game real quick. Something that a lot of people do not know is with the new build, you do not have to have your own real estate agent. Okay, let's jump right into it. So as you guys saw in my last episode, I was doing a ton of research trying to determine exactly which new build complex I was going to end up going with. I narrowed down my search to 5 different neighborhoods. I actually started to get a little bit discouraged because as I was calling around to all these different neighborhoods, they were telling me that houses weren't going to be complete and ready for me to move in for 12 plus months, and your girl could not afford to be homeless. So Stanley Martin was the very last neighborhood I looked at before I gave up all hope. When I researched the neighborhood and I looked at the website, it took me through, a virtual tour of the model home. I was actually very, very impressed by the complex amenities. It had a playground, it had a dog park, it was gated in, it had security cameras that ran 24/7, and it especially had a garage because as y'all saw in my last episode, my last house had a carport, and y'all, a carport, if y'all don't know what that is, it's not giving what it needs to give. So after going on a virtual tour of the model home, I called up the sales agent and asked if I can come in and physically see the model home. He said yes. I went in person, and instantly, y'all, it is a gut feeling that you get, once you're at that point that you come to the realization that, this is mine. Like, I can see myself in here. This is definitely something that I can see myself growing in, etc. Okay, now let's talk about finances. Y'all, disclaimer, I am not a real estate agent. I'm simply sharing my journey with you all that I personally went through. Okay, first things first, y'all, let's talk budget. If you're picking a budget, make sure that you're picking it based off of your personal expenses and make sure that you stick to that budget by any means necessary. For me personally, I knew that I didn't want to spend more than $380,000 on the price of a home, even though I was approved for much more. Something to also keep in mind is that at the design center, all of your selections adds onto the price of your home. Now, I know y'all might get a little carried away at the design center because there's so many different things that you can add on and you might get eye candy, but make sure you stick to your budget. Okay, another thing to make sure that y'all are researching is annual taxes. Your annual taxes vary based on state, county, and city. For example, my last house in Indian Head had a different tax rate in comparison to my new house that's in a different city. The last thing I'll say on budgeting is to make sure that you're asking questions about HOA and condo fees. HOA and condo fees will add on to the overall price that you pay each month for your home. HOA stands for Homeowners Association. This is an association within certain complexes that will maintain common amenities like yard work, grass cutting, etc. Okay, I'm about to put y'all up on game real quick. Something that a lot of people do not know is with the new build, you do not have to have your own real estate agent. 10 times out of 10, there will be a neighborhood sales agent, which practically acts as a real estate agent. They'll be there to answer all of your questions, show you around the model home, and be there for you every step of the way. In my case scenario, I was gonna have to pay an individual real estate agent 3% commission out of my own pocket, so I definitely saved some money there. When I actually started doing my own research on this and discovered that for myself, I actually let go of my real estate agent, but if you listen to this, just know I still love you, girl. Okay, now let's get into the 5 main types of home loans. There's fixed rate, adjustable rate, FHA, USDA, and lastly, the one that I use, the VA home loan. Now, I'm not an expert at all of the different types of home loans. However, I did put a link in the description that can go over each home loan more in detail. I've had a couple of people ask me, what's the difference between the VA home loan versus the other conventional home loans? So the VA home loan is assured by the Department of Veteran Affairs, meaning you have to be in the military or a veteran. There's a couple of pros and a couple of cons to the VA home loan. So starting with the pros, there's 0% down payment on whatever house you choose. The second pro being that there is no limit to the amount of times you can use the VA home loan in your lifetime. So the 2 cons that I'm aware of, first is that there are a couple of hidden fees within the VA home loan that exist. So make sure you're paying attention, you're reading, and you're asking questions. And the second one is that your mortgage each month can be just slightly higher versus the other mortgage types because there is 0% down payment. Okay, that is the end of today's episode. If you like my content, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And make sure you tune into the next episode that'll be dropping because living on a budget is the new rich.